Welcome back to Blades in the Park? Possibly? Yes, indeed. Why not? As we can see, Desmond has a new, fancier, thicker border to his token. The boy is moving on up. Let us rejoin everyone. Hello there.
Hello?
Already back in the saddle. Everyone is mostly healed. We got money. We're moving on up. I added one more tick to rep because we did a pretty big job, so I want to make sure we got rewarded for that. We're 2 away from leveling up to a stronghold. We have our things done. Something I slightly had like an epiphany on the other day. So, the way this game functions is, obviously we gather information, we engage, we loot, and then we downtime. And then we start again. Well, the thing is, technically, downtime can go on, theoretically, forever, because you get 2. And then you continually get more as you pay either rep or money. We happen to have a lot of money. So, logically, if you guys want to do something, and the thing is, I was kind of doing this, the epiphany was last week. If you guys want to do something, we don't really have to spend stress, we can spend money. If it's something weird, we can spend stress, kind of like a flashback. If it's like, I want to do this extra thing, think of it like a downtime activity and just say, yeah, we can do it. Before the, hunt, whatever we decide to do. And that logically makes sense to me because it's just a continuation of last session, realistically. So, we're basically already doing it, so I throw it out there that logically makes sense.
I mean, we just weren't doing it before because, we didn't have any money.
But yeah, now that we have money, this is very much an option. So, knowing that we have money, knowing that we're moving up in the world, we've pissed off a very certain gang. They're not completely gone. They are, I imagine them as like...
Yes, I'm actually gonna check in with Jeremy about that.
I would very much say imagine them as just, bunch of loose dogs running and just biting anyone they can.
I mean, I know his dad is still in control in jail. He can't do anything directly, but he has stake.
Yes. On that note, Jeremy lets you know that the father might be released slightly soon. We're not entirely sure. There's a possibility that a deal was made, and maybe the death of his children, the 2 prior leaders, could have possibly spurred it forward. He's, he'll try to get deeper to see if he can get more information on it. But in general, this is something they've been pushing for quite some time to get him out, and this might have been the straw to break that back.
Desmond is definitely interested in finding out what dirt or knowledge he has that he is able to leverage that, getting himself out, because that's not something you usually do out of, was it Iron Break?
Iron Hook prison, I believe it is?
Iron Hook, that's it, yeah.
Yeah. Everything sounds slightly edgy, and I love it. But yes, the remainders of those that were not killed by you and Ulf, some of them are hiding, some of them are seeking refuge elsewhere. Very few are biting the hand that feeds, biting the hand that happens to be close by, and they're getting swatted down pretty quick. So, realistically, the next thing we need to do is push our train permit forward, obviously make some money, make a bigger name for ourselves, and then kind of just move on up. Things are starting to fall into place.
Since our last excursion, there is one thing that Kim and Ogre will probably notice. Desmond has started wearing a glove on his left hand.
Why?
Don't worry about it.
Hey, Desmond, what's with that glove? It's very fancy.
Just some after effects after what happened last week.
Yeah?
As I was pulling Ogre out of that ghost, just a bit of, damage, injury. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I see. Okay.
And since you can tell I'm lying, so... I'm not lying, it's just that, don't worry about it isn't exactly the truth.
Oh, don't worry about it's not the truth. I see. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's not malicious, a lie or anything, but you get the sense that there's more to it.
All right.
With you guys giving him more turf, I'm going to update Ulf Ironborn to tier 2, because this is something that primarily he works on. Weak hold. So he's moving on up. The Lost are going to go to Stronghold, and obviously, like I said, Billhooks are at war, and they are weak hold currently.
I don't want to poke the silver nails just because I dislike they took my my grown-up child from me.
That was a really interesting way to describe him.
I mean, the silver nails
I
might
blanked on
soon
his
be
name.
splitting,
Not fast enough.
True. But we also promised we wouldn't get involved.
Did we?
And Desmond isn't planning on, not involved with her specifically, which is...
Well, yeah,
part of
she's
the
up
reason.
north. The silver nails who have Orlin was down south.
But if we want to split them up, then we would eventually end up messing with her. And Desmond isn't going to, aggravate her, I guess.
That's probably a good idea. Maybe we should... I bet spy work would probably be much better with them. Do we have a place to send our rooks yet?
I mean, currently they're just our workers in our tavern.
Kim's gotten a little bloodthirsty recently, so they probably side more with Desmond, I would say.
What about me?
That's fine.
They're intrigued but scared.
Yeah, I think you're scary, Ogre.
What
in
do
a
you
good way.
mean?
You're a little hard to read, which makes you, the mysterious things are scary.
I don't know what
Yeah.
you're talking about.
If you say so.
It's definitely terrifying.
The river's like you, it's okay.
I did promise to help those metal armor guys get free, so we should probably do that sooner or later, since that's Ulf's turf now,
Oh,
right? Ulf probably
we
wants
can do
them
that.
done sooner rather than later.
He can't mess with that shit, so he'll probably go down there and just be like, ghosts and armor, I'm done, and walk out. So yeah. His men are cleaning up the upper floors, because obviously the armors really couldn't move. You guys saw they were struggling. They couldn't move too far from that basement, so they didn't walk, through the whole base just murdering everybody. They did what they could. They probably hurt themselves in the process, though, but you promised that you would assist them, so.
Desmond's thinking at this point is basically, and also in line with our current rep status actually, is to, get a stronghold on our current territory and all that stuff. So
What, to
establish his
fortify?
bases. Basically, yeah. Because we've been doing a lot of making chaos.
It's true.
It's probably best if we lay low for a bit and work out some issues that might be standing.
All right, so what are our immediate goals?
The armor.
This can very much be done just kind of now. It's not going to cost you anything. Depends on how you want to approach it. Are you going alone, Kim, or are you bringing people with you?
I kind of want Ogre to not capture them, so I'll probably do it without him.
Damn it.
Could bring some deathland scavengers with you.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. Yeah, if they think they can input, I'll bring a couple.
Sure, you let them know the situation. I'm more than willing to help you guys out. The scavenging backpack has been working pretty well, so.
Make it like an outing for the newer recruits of the deathland scavengers so they can get that toe in, basically.
No, they're not all this nice.
Some
So
of
don't
them
get
will rip off
dumb.
your face.
All right, so take some scavengers with me.
So we head to what is now Ulf's new territory. At the entrance, you see two of his men, two of the very same that assisted you in gaining this location, and they're basically, oh god, what it was a game called? I don't know if you ever saw anyone playing it in high school, Kim. It's when guys just punch each other on the arm and they just take turns doing that, and whoever gets up first loses.
I don't remember that.
I did not hang out with those groups, so I cannot tell you the name.
You never saw anyone doing it?
Don't think so.
I played it way too much, I'm dumb.
Sounds familiar.
I know you are, my dear.
I never played it, luckily, but...
Yeah, that and nut
Is it
check.
like,
is-
is it like Knuckle?
Knuckles
No,
is
that's
hitting
the other
Knuckles,
one.
yeah.
Did you just say nut check?
Yeah, nut check is when you just kind of talk to people and you just whack them in the nuts real quick. Oh no, cup check. Sorry, cup check.
Cup check, you hit some
Yeah.
Ugh.
The funny thing is, we know none of us play sports, none of us are wearing cups, yet we play cup check anyway. High schoolers are smart.
Yep.
Bunch
We're
of
going-
dumbasses.
I know, right?
I mean, imagine if you one day you do not cup check and they literally have a cup wearing.
My friend did bring one once, because I think he was in soccer. And then we just never did it again, because it was weird.
Who the hell wears a cup in soccer, though?
You can hurt your giblies.
Not
Gotta
the
keep-
Ghiblies.
I mean,
Yeah.
I played soccer for a very long time, and I never had that issue.
So anyway, they're playing whatever this game is, Kim, where one of them just like slugs him on the shoulder and he kind of goes, oh, then he turns and hits him back and goes, oh, good one. And they're just like, fuck, just hitting each other and kind of laughing up and they're having a good time. You walk up and they go, and they give you a wave, Kim.
I'll punch one of them on the shoulder.
They laugh and give you not as hard of a punch, but they then gonna give you a punch back and go,
Later, guys.
They open the door for you. And as you do, you can tell they are, well, they're in the process of remodeling. They're basically throwing out all the old billhook shit. Like, all of it is just getting tossed out. They're cleaning. They're doing the best, whatever they can to the best of their ability. There's definitely
Hey, I like what you're doing to the place.
the stank that was wafting from the kitchen. There's still a stank, but it's probably the stank of, what would pass for cleaning materials here. So a lot of water.
I imagine that stank's probably not going to come. Sorry, the original stank's probably not going to come out with a lot of effort anyway.
They're most likely just going to cover it up with something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, fight stank with stank. You see some folk walking around, and around the corner comes Ulf, and he kind of, gives you a wave and walks on over. Says, what brings you here today?
I'll take care of the ghosts, hopefully. Take, attempt number 2.
He raises his eyebrows at that and says, you got a plan, do you?
Working one out as we speak.
He nods along and points around the corner to where you know they are and says, They don't really seem to be in too bad of a mood, but, well, after the throwdown, and he continues pointing in that direction, there's all this blood and shit. Not shit, just blood. And I thought I'd clarify just because of where we are.
That's fair.
Their mood seems to be slightly off. After we finished the fight, they were slightly talkative for a moment. Mostly thanks, and then they sort of left and, well, we swept out the rest of the place.
I mean, no one wants to be trapped like that.
Indeed,
So,
indeed.
Understandable.
The door's still locked, to my knowledge, and, well, I'm not entirely sure if that thing that was looking at us is still in the room, or if it escaped in some way.
Dear God, I forgot about that.
I figure you can deal with it. Part of the deal, right?
Was it?
He just smiles widely at that.
Yeah, should have brought Ogre.
It's a damn shame. I'm over here doing my own thing.
Then again, this is Ogre's fault.
What do you mean? I didn't make a demon.
All right, fine. I'm gonna look at my scavengers. You guys ready?
They crick their necks and they like, yeah, we got this.
All right, here we go. I guess I'll have to open the door.
What did you tell them was your general plan? To not destroy, we're just kind of dealing, like, discussing?
Just set them free. I will now tack on, though, that if that creature is still down there, you'll know it, because it's not in a suit of armor. That needs to die.
With a nod, the storm doors are opened, and they head down into the stone basement. And as you descend, you see both suits of armor, approximately 15 feet across from each other, sword and shield, and spear to the left and to the right of the door, which is still closed.
No sign of the creature?
No sign of the creature. Door is closed. Blood mats the walls, and there's a small trail leading down the stairs. It seems they haven't cleaned down here just yet.
I mean, they probably can't. Have the sword and shield, sword and spear been aggressive, or have they just been standing down there?
They essentially told you that after the fight, they kind of just calmed down and then went back to their spots.
Let's see. Are they awake or are they sleeping again? Hey, sword and spear, what's up?
Your voice rings out in this small hall, and sort of a creaking, and they slightly shake to life. Hello again. You've returned.
I did promise.
Spear walks forward. Sword and shield is not currently moving. What will you do?
I'm gonna figure out how to set you free, as I said. I'm still not entirely sure how, but I'm here to figure it out.
Well, we're not going anywhere, so clearly we have time.
All right, so you re-describe what we were seeing last week, husband. I think they were connected to the door, right?
There was essentially a spiritual aura around both sets of armor that we know was connected to the door. So if you want to imagine like an ectoplasm net that's surrounding these suits of armor that then extends to both the door and the whole wall. This whole thing is connected.
Do you have any urge to, attack or fight or anything like that?
They look at each other and look back to you and shake their heads no.
Okay. Just shout or something if you suddenly decide you want to stab me. I can't help you if I end up dying by accident.
Of course.
All right, I want to approach the door. And attune is where I would try to sense something, right?
Correct.
Unfortunate.
Do you want the boys you brought to be doing anything in particular?
They can probably recognize stuff like this too, right?
Yeah.
All right, so then I just have them follow me to the door and, I don't know, feel some mechanism or tie out. Should I lead a group for this?
That would make sense, yeah. I can have them roll with you. They're tier 2, so they'll roll 2.
Wow, they're rolling higher than I am. Sad face.
I mean, they are occultists.
No matter what, you're going to do it. No stress, no downsides. You full on do it. What approximately are you trying to feel out here?
The source is like the whole damn wall or a part of the wall, like a mechanism inside, I guess.
As you work together with this group, you actually determine pretty quickly that the source is coming from both sets of armor. It's probably something inside them, and they're connected in a way that links them through the wall, as if the wall's a chain link in the middle of the two of them, and they're just on each side of it.
Okay, sword is still asleep and spear's awake, right?
Yes, sword is just barely moving.
All right, I'll approach spear first.
All right.
You mind if I start taking off some body parts, spear? I'm pretty sure the tie is inside the armor somewhere.
If you can, you're more than welcome to try. I can't tell you how the body will respond. but I will do my best to resist.
Are you able to drop the spear right now?
Unfortunately, I'm not. I'm compelled to hold it. I can
I
point it
will,
away from you.
Yes, please.
She does so, pointing the spear at the floor.
And I will walk behind her. All right, I'm gonna start with the obvious one. I'm gonna start with the head, and I'll reach up and pull off the head.
All right, you go to pop the head off, and it is held on very, very firmly. The spear kind of shakes a little at that, but you're able to kind of give it a plop off. You can kind of get a little peek on the inside, and it looks as if there's. You said your character's relatively short, right? Like 5'3", 5'4"?
Yeah.
Okay. You require uppies, so
Oh my god! Thank you, husband.
you're welcome. Oh my god, I gotta make you feel as cool as possible. Spear crouches down a bit so you can see into her neck hole, and you actually see there's a contraption that's like grafted on the inside of the armor against her back.
Oh ho! What's this?
It's faintly glowing.
Scavenger
Looks like
friends.
a snake eating its own tail.
Scavenger friends. Have you seen this before?
Yeah, they kind of scoot next to you and like looks over his teeth and he's kind of thinking and give him some scratch quick and goes like, yeah, I've seen this before.
It's new to me. Do you know how to handle it?
Yeah, it's a bit rough, but yeah, it's not too bad. It requires precise timing. You good at that?
I'm good with that. Just walk me through it.
All right, it's not too bad. Well, he looks over to the sword and shield one and says, I assume you two are the same. And the voice just sort of echoes out of spear and says, that would be my assumption, yes. Her state is dwindling faster than mine, but yes. Well, moving quickly, I believe what we should probably do here is pop her open too. Can you get her to come over here? And with a pause, Sword and Shield tries to move, but kind of just like creakily takes a step forward and then pauses and stops again.
Yeah, I was under the impression they couldn't get close to each other last time we were here.
That's weird. Hey, you boys, head over there. And one of them's with you, and then we'll say like 2 or 3, go to the other one, and kind of like walking up, like, can we pop your head off too? She attempts to restrain herself, puts the weapons down, they pop the head off, she leans over, and they turn around and kind of give it, yep, that's got the exact same contraption on the inside. He goes, perfect. Well, I've definitely seen this before. A bit of a nasty contraption it is. That's a way to semi-permanently bind a spirit to, well, whatever you want to. Suit of armor seems pretty on point. Which is a good defense.
It was, yes, pretty good defense. Minus the fact that the spirits are very self-aware.
Oh, yeah, very much so. This is think of this as more of a punishment. This is not something that's, too fancy.
Oh, this is a punish.
Oh, very much so. Yeah. I mean...
Well, that makes more sense now.
Do they look like they want to be here, Kim?
Obviously not.
Yeah, all right then.
Well, all right. Tell me what to do.
Well, it takes a wee bit of fiddling. Fortunately, I brought some tools with me. And the boys over there. Let's see. Jenny, you got the... Yeah, she does? All right, cool. Excellent. He unfolds this leather satchel and says, hey, you take this. You take this. And they're like some metal tweezers and such. And he takes something that's a bit larger and says, all right, we have to do these at the same time unless this is going to get real spicy.
You're the experts. I trust you.
He nods. And it basically shows you that we're basically going to essentially pop it off and then do something at the same time to effectively turn it off, like to shut off the flow going from one to the other. It essentially shows you that normally these would function by themselves, but these are connected through a wavelength effectively, but like they're not well made, which is both a boon and a bane, unfortunately. Boon, probably pretty easy to remove. Bane, hopefully there is still in one piece after, but theoretically, once these are detached, the spirit should be free.
All right.
All right, then he's going to motion to you, and with this, I will require a roll.
We're talking on a finesse roll, right?
Finesse makes most sense to me.
Do I want to risk it? Should I push myself?
Whatever you do, don't do a devil's bargain, because I swear to God, that thing in the back room will jump you.
Probably a good point. Oh, but I have to take care of it anyway. Oh,
You are
shit.
reckless.
I better save my pushes then.
Yeah, you do it anyway.
Excellent. Full success from Kim. You're able to take his instructions perfectly, and both groups, 3, 2, 1, and you guys just like get in there. It's maybe separated by a second or so, and there's a loud like pop of electricity and static, and you kind of feel it like dance up your arms while your hair's kind of like whoop. And everyone kind of looking to her like, is everyone good? Everyone good? No one passed out? Everyone's fine? And the room begins to grow cold for a moment, and the suits of armor kind of shine as the room begins to slightly light, and that hazy fog you get when there's like too much heat on a pavement. Sort of surrounds both suits of armor for a moment and then releases. It's difficult to see them precisely, but you do indeed see two women in relatively shoddy armor now floating above both suits of armor. And they kind of let out a sigh of relief, like, woo, we did it. And he kind of stretches, and the other group's like, woo, quick high five, and they're like, hell yeah.
Enjoy your freedom.
They both look to each other, and they put their hands out, and they float a little closer. They float a little closer, and they're not being repelled from each other, and they just fly to each other quickly and embrace. And they're hugging each other very tightly. They both look to you, Kim, and say, thank you for fulfilling your promise.
Not a problem.
I'm sorry to ask one more thing of you, I guess to anyone here. Is there somewhere we can go? We've been here so long. I know we'll be found and turned into something else.
You don't want to move on?
I can't. There's nowhere to move on to.
Wait, then where did the mom ghost go when she disappeared?
Excellent question.
There's a clan of free ghosts.
Do they actually exist?
Yeah, supposedly. I believe they do. We no, I can't.
I'm joking.
I was gonna say you could come back with me, but I'm pretty sure my companion will just eat you up as a battery, and I'd rather that didn't happen.
They both nod to you. The folks you brought with you are kind of like, oh, we've heard some things. And they kind of give them some quick instructions and directions and say, stay to like the back streets, underground if you can, stay out of sight, like travel through the rivers if you can. And they
honestly,
give...
Kim can guide them probably. She has underground access.
Oh, that's true. If they want to wait. I have been wanting to meet this other clan. I want to be friends with the ghosts, damn it.
The approximate location of the Reconciled, which is the name of the Association of Ancient Spirits who have not gone feral with the passage of time. We don't know where they are. They intentionally try to stay as hidden as humanly possible. But our boys here let them know, like, hey, there's a group that we do business with of some kind called the Circle of Flame. If you go talk with them, there's a pretty good chance they might be able to make a connection for you. Just be careful.
And if you ever need anything, I'm in the docks. And just don't be seen by Ogre. He's the crazy old one.
They both smile.
I heard that.
You sneezed. Achoo! Someone's talking about me.
They both smile at that and attempt to take the quickest route out of here that will not get them caught. You did notice one thing. The ghost that emerged from the Sword and Shield set, she looked more tired, a little more dilapidated, but...
I assume faded or no?
A little faded. Fortunately, you did get to the two of them quickly, and you were able to solve this real quick. So, any longer, something bad might have happened, but she should be fine in her current state, so good job. Gazing upon the door in front of you, though, you know for a fact that the spirit aura blocking it was gone. It is currently just a regular-ass door that you can just push open.
Stare at it uncertainly.
Is a thing behind that door?
If there is, it's been very quiet. It was a little overly aggressive last time we were here.
Nods all around.
All right. Are you ready?
Weapons are drawn, and they're next to you.
Yeah, I will also pull out my weapon, though I don't think it's going to do any good, and shove the door open.
All right, you shove the door open fairly hard, but it doesn't want to open all the way. It opens maybe 6 inches.
It?
That's about it. And you see the cause of this is this strange, like, black tar. It's web-like. It's holding the door shut, almost as if it's been spattered on the opposite side of the door. It's like a sticky mess. Some of the other ones here try to help you push it open, and it does open. It just feels as if there's not necessarily something on the other side, but it's either way down, or the sticky mess is just really thick and making it difficult to open this door.
Okay, this creature has a very physical presence.
Upon cracking the door, about say it's about 3/4 open. It actually does just stop. It doesn't want to open any further than that. After about halfway, you instantly notice a very pungent smell of just rot, tar, burning. It's assaults your senses instantly.
Do I have any idea what this is?
No, not necessarily.
Do they have any idea what this is?
They don't look too perturbed by it.
They don't?
I mean, you said there's some weird shit back here, didn't you?
Yeah.
This is some weird shit.
All right. I mean, I guess that's a good sign. I guess.
And looking about, I won't play around. There's nothing in here. Except for all of the bodies that were left behind seem to have been either torn to pieces or absolutely smashed flat. And I mean flat.
Someone was angry.
Books thrown everywhere. The table severed entirely, just splintered. The chairs don't even look like chairs anymore. Just spattered throughout the room. The same black tarry substance with this like teal line running through it is everywhere. It's spattered all over the walls. It's kind of clumped up in the corner. It's still dripping from the ceilings very, very slowly. This stuff, oh man. I'm trying to think of an appropriate like thickness and stickiness. Its viscosity is unparalleled.
Definitely using ghost voice. Is anybody here?
Readying their weapons, everyone kind of stands around you in a defensive stance. And as you kind of focus in, you begin to hear screaming as if it's off in the distance. And it echoes. You know it isn't coming from here, and they all ready their knives closer. And the screaming gets louder. You know everyone can hear it because they instantly like jumped, not in fear, but in ready to strike or defend. And the screaming is just coming from all angles at once. It just starts and stops and starts and stops and starts and stops. It's just pure, just rage. And all at once just stops.
Am I getting any images like I did in that first house?
No images this time.
So just sound?
Just sound this time, yeah. And the air is stifling in here. It is not cold.
Did you happen to be any victims of the billhooks?
No response. And they actually put their knives away. And one of them says, I don't think there's a ghost here.
What is it?
I think something was here and escaped. It got out somehow.
Earlier or just now?
I want to say earlier. What did it look like again?
I'll describe it.
As you're describing it, one of them is like picking up the tar and kind of looking at it. It's not burning their flesh. They're like, okay, it's not like, they ran some tests real quick. They're looking at the strange color it's almost like sparkling. And it almost has like its own glow. Like it's like bioluminescent. And they're like poking it with a stick and like with the errant chunks of wood and looking about like, what the hell is this stuff? And you see one of them kind of flipping through a book of like, oh, no, this looks very similar to this. They're trying to compare notes and such and say, yeah, I think you've seen this before. And they kind of come to the conclusion of, oh.
I'm intrigued. What? Tell me.
Well, it's definitely not a ghost. It's 100% paranormal, though. You said it was held in a knife?
Yeah.
That might have been a demon, then.
Oh, cool.
Contained in the weapon that, well, you all released. And it's inside of Corin's body?
Yeah.
Oh, that's problematic. Well, it's gone now. Fortunately, I don't know where it would have went to. It might have,
Yeah, I don't see anything that kind of even looks maybe like Corin.
Gazing quickly over the corpses, they kind of give a look of like, no, like this, this barely looks human. I'm not entirely sure how it escaped, but well, demons don't tend to play by our rules.
So there's a demon running around. Good news. I guess if anyone sees Corin, they'll find it. Unless do they trade bodies a lot?
That's a tough question. It really depends on how valid her corpse was.
Pretty not messed up.
All
Had
right.
some holes in it.
What do you mean?
I mean, it had a couple holes in it. Do they care about a couple holes?
I turned everything into mush.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, I changed my response. Ogre kind of demolished her.
Her stomach specifically.
All right.
Yeah, pretty much.
Her midsection.
Yeah, midsection got slashed
It
up.
is mush.
They nod along with that and kind of say, well, this sticky substance is probably holding her body together then. It really depends on what its goal is. Whether it wants, well, revenge, or whether the demon originally had a goal. I'm sure it didn't really appreciate being locked in that knife.
Is the knife still there in the room?
There's a knife off in the corner that's just completely shattered. The gem that was on it is just cracked. But yeah, it's like stuck to the wall.
Go ahead and grab it. Does this tell you anything? This was the knife it was in.
They kind of look at it and turn it over in their hands. Yeah, it's covered in shit. It's well made, that's for sure. This is not something the Billhooks would have made on their own. They definitely got it from somebody. They either paid high dollar for it or they killed someone to take it, or ripped them off. I would assume killed.
All right, in that case, I'm going to hang on to it to see if I can figure out where it came from.
Smart.
And I guess we got to start cleaning up this gunk.
Cleaning up wasn't part of the deal.
That is true. Good point. I will tell them that the coast is clear. It's your home now, Ulf.
They do let you know that there's no more spiritual presence here, so if your job was just to remove that, you did your job.
Yep, all right. That was my job.
They kind of laugh at that and give it a look of like, yeah, I wouldn't want to start cleaning this either.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Anytime.
I appreciate the help. And again, if you ever need anything, I think we owe you another favor.
Well, that backpack that Ogre's able to made for us has been pretty useful. Maybe they'll kind of nod and agree.
Oh, good. I'll have to see if you can upgrade it some more. So any like new specifications you'd like? Oh, speaking of Ogre, I want to take the contraption that captured the ghosts that locked into the armor
Sure, yeah, you can do that.
as a peace offering to Ogre
Ask Ogre to add some cup holders.
to be
Peace
used
was
on-
never an option.
Bad ghosts. Do you understand me? Bad ghosts. All right. Well, we're done here. I'll go ahead and let Ulf know that the spirits have been removed.
Do you let him know how messy it is down there, or you just let him know the job is done?
I will let him know they left some trash behind,
Okay.
but the spirits are gone. My job is done.
All right. As
My
you
agreement has been fulfilled.
You're ascending these steps, and people are looking behind you like, yeah, good job. And as you're telling Ulf this, you know that someone's looking down there. They're like, what the bloody shit is that? The scavengers are like, it's fine. It just stinks, and it's just a little warm, but it's not going to hurt you. And they give them a look like, are you sure? And they go, you trust me, it's fine. It'll just take some time to clean. They gotta go,
Don't worry, we were touching it. It's fine.
Just
They-
eat it.
They all, including Ulf, kind of exchange a look of like, do we just like lock that door and just forget it exists? You can tell
You
they're
know, that's
considering it.
fair.
That was my first thought.
I don't need an office. I think I'm good. Alrighty, and with that, you are richer 1 broken knife and 2 not broken, but post-used,
Suits of armor. Nice.
where you ask them to help you bring the suits of armor with you. They're relatively heavy.
No, I didn't want the suits of armor.
What do you mean?
What, you want the suits of armor?
Of course.
All right. After I get back and realize that you want the armor, I will go ahead and request Ulf.
Either Ogre could probably do something fun with it, or we could use it for, I don't know, whatever. A future heist where we need to go in full armor.
Yeah, I suppose that's potentially possible, yes.
Yeah, it's fairly well-made
Would you
traditional
know?
armor.
All right, if I ask Ulf after
outside
the
our
fact, will he
office.
give them to me?
He would, yeah. You're giving him an entire building, so
So they will arrive late, but we have 2 sets of armor now.
indeed.
We'll set them
And
up
Ogre.
outside
I
of
have-
our Nexus thingy station.
Ooh, mascots.
Well, not mascots, but more like showing off our prestige. We have suits of armor.
They're going to be polished up quite a bit.
Obviously. I have the connections for that, that's fine.
And Ogre, look what I got.
Huh?
It locks a spirit to an item, perfect for our train.
Perfect for this piece of shit that I forgot his name. He deserves to suffer.
The scavengers did say these are not of high quality, so keep that in
Oh,
mind.
Never mind then.
I mean, they worked obviously, but they could be much better. I'm sure
I'll
you'll
make
figure it
another
out.
one.
I'm sure you'll figure it out.
So what was the deal with what was inside that thing anyway?
The scavengers think it was a demon.
Right, so we have a demon who's inside of Duskfall.
Yeah, and it probably won't look like corn next time we see it. It'll probably look like something else or someone else. And the ghosts didn't mention they'd seen anything either, so I have no idea how it got out.
No, that's slightly worrying.
Just a little.
I'll have to add that to my paranoia list.
I wanted to give the knife to our art trader. Since it's a high quality piece, he probably can find the maker.
Looking for creator of demon knife.
It was me.
In a past
Believe it.
life. Alrighty, with all that taken care of, like I mentioned, if you guys want to help a faction, hinder a faction, that can definitely help us in leading what we're going to effectively do for our actual score today. It doesn't have to be complicated. You know, we've nailed out some pretty simple ones. It doesn't have to be some crazy scheme where you completely destroy somebody. And also keep in mind, destroying a clan entirely is borderline impossible, just because there's so many people here, and, you know, billhooks, a lot of people hated them, so that was relatively easy. Larger clans, that ends up being a war that basically never ends. So you guys can definitely, like, butt heads. There's nothing wrong with butting heads, definitely. So the goal doesn't need to be to destroy, it can just be, like, know your place.
I
definitely
figured.
want to do something that, like, I don't know, strengthens our hold. Makes sense, because we are about to get a stronghold again anyway.
Can we get another train station where I wanted it and do the same thing?
Did you say you want it in Char Hollow?
Ooh, Charlotte Hollow has Skylander refugees.
Because you have 6 coal, docks, and Brightstone. That's a circle, so that's effectively done. If you want a 5th one to...
I want a 5th one. The perfect circle requires a 5th point.
I mean, you're going to make a pentagram if you put it in Char Hollow. So.
That's not,
Perfect.
fine with
Done.
not how
Yeah,
circles
pentagram.
work.
Child Hollow it is.
Actually, no. We can't do that. Desmond is
not?
very paranoid about that.
About what?
Well, if you put it in Charter Hollow, we get a pentagram, and then he's afraid that Ogre is going to summon a demon.
Well, then
Wouldn't be the first time.
then let us quickly get a 6 point in between Six Towers and Brightstone. That's more of a circle. There's Scotland refugees here, Hub. My people are calling me.
My people.
One thing I do want to do is our new elite crew. I want to send them out to get some information on what the actual leader of the Billhooks has been doing to get out early.
Ooh, good idea.
Okay,
Like,
we can definitely.
where is he getting all this pull from, all this power?
Sure, we can definitely work on that. While we're looking into that, you said you want to nab up one of the train stations that we got here in Char Hollow. Let's see, Jen, I'm not sure if you've been here yet. Let's see, we got the Foundation.
I don't think so.
Oh yeah, the Foundation, the Brigade, and the Scotland Refugees are the notable clans. In terms of wealth, 0 of 4, awesome. Operations against the citizenry of Char Hollow are considered hostile turf for the purposes of generating heat, awesome. Safety and security is a 2 out of 4, criminal influence is a 1 out of 4, and occult is 0. So there's not much occult influence, there's no wealth. Weirdly enough, there's no wealth and almost no criminal
It's
influence.
literally the living quarters for the poor, basically.
Yeah, but fortunately there's
Like,
no...
not squalor, but...
Yeah, not much crime here, which is kind of cool. In terms
Well,
of...
hey, that means that if we help these people, the Lost will love us more, right?
Like,
The
yeah,
Lost
but
and Ulf as well, because they're Scotlanders.
Yes. And I'm a Scotlander too. I will like myself for this.
I mean, what do you want to do here is the question.
Well, tell us, dear God, what would it require to get the train station here?
We are now a humanitarian aid program.
I actually do feel like it might require that.
That would be a weird twist.
Well, every area is different.
I guess.
This is supposed to be a train that caters to everyone, so we do have to cater to everyone.
Yeah, that's true.
Alrighty, in terms of what's going on here, so just I guess to set the scene, if we were to gaze upon Char Hollow, we see laborers returning from work that shout greetings to friends and family, groups of people that cook and eat together at communal cook fires, children running wild, playing at hunt and peek and catch the ghost. Cute. The streets have steep inclines that are cut with crude stone stairs, twisting alleyways, dirt and cobblestones. There's various bridges and streets and such. The buildings are stacked 1- and 2-room homes, cheap tenements, ramshackle apartments, and well-worn taverns and public houses. They're not like a full-on faction. Scotland refugees, they are just people. So it just describes them as desperate survivors of the Unity War, forced to criminal opportunities when denied all others. So they're trying to do their best, but if people are going to be shitty to them, they have to resort to crime. There's nothing else they can do.
You know what? Since we're working towards getting an infirmary for Daphnia anyway, and we need to strengthen our holes basically, I think if we do the thing before that, the turf piece before that, the informants, so like get public opinion of us, our organization up.
You could totally do that in Char Hollow. So if you guys just want to like help here,
Yeah, Char Hollow is the best place to do it.
yeah, if you guys want to help, here's
Get
a
our
great place
name
to do that.
out as like, we're the good guys, we're helping Duskfall.
We're gonna have to do something very, very humane here. This is weird.
I mean, that's right in Desmond's alley. That's fine with that. Like, what
Kinda-
issues are they currently facing in Char Hollow?
There aren't many opportunities, so you get a good sense of community with Char Hollow. This is something that we just know. They try their best to help each other, cook together, work together, find work for each other. It's difficult for them to find work outside of a lot of these circles, just because people can be really shitty sometimes, and they don't want to let go of old prejudices. So we can only help each other so much. I can read a few of the primary locations here, maybe can spark some inspiration. One of the notable areas is the Char Hollow Market, which is a public market, fills an open square, offers fair prices, decent goods to the local community. So that shows that, they really want to like get together and do the best they can for the community. It's not about me. It's about everyone around them. We have the area that's just known as the Sheets. I thought it said the streets for a second. It's just washers, tailors, seamstresses. They congregate in this neighborhood, filling the alleys between buildings with billowing fabrics of their trade. A secret association of anarchists among them, the working class, meet there to plot their schemes for revolution. So there's some shit going on down there. There's a place.
Yes, anarchists.
Yeah, so there's some of that going down, obviously. They're very much on the edge. So if left alone for too long, they might get pushed the wrong direction because no one wants to help them. Maybe some factions reach out to them, but a lot of people are just focused on me.
My mind goes to marketing to get them out into the world if they have skills to sell.
I'm thinking bigger than marketing amount. How far along is our track, as in like drivability? How much work does that still need?
Realistically, the track is already there. It's just being cleared. Definitely like the rovers and like the people that you guys have hired. Between downtime, I'd say a combination of you guys plus the folk that you guys have indeed hired are helping to clear the track out. It just needs money to be thrown at the problem, which will be signified by our tier 3 upgrade to fully track is clean. There might be some shenanigans going on down here in terms of like more plants or something, spider digging around down there. Hopefully not.
Hopefully not, no.
But there's indeed a possibility.
I was thinking of basically doing like the humanitarian aid in the form of we're going to give them jobs. Help us clean up this track and we can make it ready for use. And we've already told the Lost and Ulf.
Are we talking like us offering them a job or them getting jobs through us?
A bit of both. Like
Okay,
eventually, like my idea is that basically this isn't just a job. We also get the turf piece for informants. So eventually we get some of those Char Hollow people working for us, informing us, giving us more information.
Because just with this many people, and since they are business owners, it's definitely best if we market them outside this area, which the train could help with.
Yeah, I mean, eventually we would be sending them out there, getting them out of Char Hollow as well, like giving them more freedom.
So yeah, offering jobs to these people would 100% be something y'all could do. And Ulf would be on board. You guys have to...
Our mission in this case would be more of a getting our foot in the door kind of deal.
Yeah, because it's just we're going to need to prove that we can offer them jobs.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what's Ulf going to do?
Ulf might have tried that before, but maybe he just wasn't given the proper opportunity to excel. Therefore, he went to what he's doing now. He saw that
a massive organization backing you, boss.
Yep. I mean, the thing is not to get too complicated, but when you're not given the proper opportunities, when nobody wants to help you, when you're just knocked down over and over and over, and the world says no, sometimes you have to say no back. And that's kind of his current situation. And
That's what I've been doing.
Yeah, he's like, the other thing didn't work, so...
I said, no, F you.
Yeah. Honestly, a lot of this calls that. It's a lot of these like douchebags that think they're better than other people, looking down on others and never giving them a chance, even though we're all human at the end of the day.
All right.
Like Desmond's long end game is basically to improve the general livability of Duskfall, but also under the guise of basically making all the rich folk think that they have everything in control, but actually he's in control. He's the one feeding off of them.
Yeah.
That's basically his end goal.
Yes, sounds good.
We can definitely say today is more of a wrap up a whole bunch of little things and then just get a kind of reward at the end. Similar to the other train track, that wasn't really turf. It was just something that we gained to allow us to continue kind of going and doing our thing, because all it really is a station. There could be people down here, and they're living down here. Obviously, kicking them out would be pretty rude. You guys don't live here. They do. So offering an alternative could be part of what we're doing here. Like I said, this doesn't mean a full mission. It can be a lot of micro missions, and then it'll just culminate in y'all help Char Hollow today.
Okay.
But when you guys look down there, yeah, we can say that there's some folk living down here, and they're like living down here. So it's not them just walking through. There's full-on tents. They've clearly built into like the walls. It's all removable, but they've definitely built themselves into this underground station. 100%.
Is it a lot of Scotlanders or is it a lot of mixed?
It's a mixture between people.
Desmond is wondering if maybe he can get Watt to finance, do some humanitarian aid.
Do we have any open positions that we can offer jobs to?
We have our tavern and our gambling den, and we have a lot of things that need to be done around and on the train.
Would it be completely tactless if I just stood among the group of people and said, we're looking for some workers to fill in some empty spots at certain locations we own? Tavern, gambling den, anyone looking for a job. Honest work.
Okay, that's very much something you could do. You could have Kim do that. You could go talk to Mr. Watt and sort of see if hey, would you be interested in charity work, helping people out? It'd also be an investment. You could totally do that.
I'm trying to think how the best way to market this to Watt is anyway.
Yeah, sure.
He likes being in the spotlight, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Is humanitarian work
Do I know what his how he is publicly received in Char Hollow?
a lot of people think he's a flamboyant douchebag.
Makes
I
sense.
mean, they're not wrong.
I mean, yeah, they're not wrong. So,
Well, we were thinking of making a station in Charlo. Would you like to have your name on it? Maybe a big statue? Some humanitarian aid.
Ooh, big statue.
From my understanding, your perception in that part of town is not all that great. And I'm sure someone of your status statue would love to, well, be perceived better. You deserve it after all.
yeah, so I'll say, in terms of response, go ahead and roll your D-Say.
Any modifiers for that or just plain?
Risky standard sounds good to me. Right down the middle.
Critical success.
Critical success, my boy.
Damn.
It was the mention of a statue.
Okay, yeah.
The moment I say statue, he goes like, bong.
Yeah. He was very much thinking of like,
I imagine he doesn't have a statue in his name yet, right?
Oh, he probably has a statue somewhere, yeah.
In his own backyard, sure.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
Not publicly, though.
Initially, probably wasn't too interested, but he thinks it through a bit.
We're gonna have to fund this statue, by the way.
Yeah, statue sounds nice. All these things sound really cool. And he kind of like leans towards, yeah, you know what?
Literally soliciting to him to pay for all of this, so no, we don't have to pay for this.
He can fund pretty much all of it, as long as you guys set it up like perfectly to his standards with this critical success. He can very much cover. I'll ask you, Desmond. So obviously you succeed, but it's with increased effect. What more do you want?
So I want to directly involve the foundation, which is also in Char Hollow.
Okay.
A bunch of architects and stuff like that. To make it a statue and maybe use some of the earnings to actively increase the housing in Char Hollow. Get a bit more response from this was all funded by what maybe isn't such a douche after all.
In fact,
And of course we get a completely functioning train station there.
He very much likes that. He's hesitant of like, will that work? Obviously, there's plenty of horrible rumors spread from Char Hollow. It's like, oh, aren't they all lazy? Like they just lay around, do whatever. Like that place looks like blah. But you're like, no, they want work. They're just denied work, and there's no one there to hire them. It's literally the snake eating its tail. No one hires them because they think they're lazy, and therefore they look lazy because no one's hiring them. They want to be hired. It's like, oh, that would make me like, oh, that would make sense, wouldn't it? So very, very much one of those like, shit. And Kim, you probably can take some of this leverage and be like, oh, this, maybe you don't use it by name, but you're kind of putting the word out there, right?
Our benefactor.
Yeah, we have like a benefactor, and we know people, right? It's kind of what you're going with. It's not just a small thing. Okay. So with all these jobs you guys are offering, Kim, you'll go ahead and roll as well to see what we got here. A quick reminder, if you guys want to push any rolls or gain any stress via whatever, you do gain stress. It's not very much, equal to your traumas, which is just 1 or 2. So you don't have to, obviously.
Wow.
I think that's still a partial success.
That
Yeah.
is indeed a partial success.
Nice roll sound.
11352. As you're speaking with people, there's just a lot of like, and someone stands up and walks up to you, Kim, looks you in the eyes and says, why can we trust you? There was some chattering before. People were kind of talking, and now this person stood up and they're kind of directly addressing you. They've quieted down a bit.
I want to say something along those lines because I'm a Scotlander and I know how hard it is here, but I know with the right opportunities, you can do better. So I'm here to offer those opportunities, and it's up to you to take a chance.
He spits on the ground and takes a step closer. And why should we trust you? We've heard this bullshit before from those rich assholes that live up there. What makes this time any different?
You only have my word. It's up to you.
And what's your word worth? Who are you?
I'll go ahead and give my name.
He goes to say something like, I've never heard of you. But someone speaks up in the crowd and says, I've heard of them. I've heard of her. And he turns like, what? He says, they've done some things, but they seem like nice people. And he kind of goes to berate him, and then someone else speaks up and says, yeah. And then he kind of goes, looking back at you, Kim. He definitely seems angry.
He should be.
And he breathes in, he kind of, all right, fine. Say we trust you. We take this risk. What do you get out of it?
Eventually, I want this train station. I'll be upfront about that. But I want the train station because we're making a train that's going to travel all over, and it's going to bring opportunities for you. It's going to bring opportunities for people like you on the opposite side, and it's going to hopefully make this world a better place.
Believe it when I see it.
Well, that's a while in the making, which is why I said take a risk.
The anger dissipates slightly, but he's definitely kind of fired up. He nods. All right, fine. We'll spread the word. We'll talk it over a bit. See what my boys think about it. When can we expect you next? So you can follow through on your promise.
Well, do I have any immediate volunteers for our tavern or gambling den? I'll take you right there.
What do you need?
A couple waitresses, a couple bartenders. Maybe
We
someone
need
who knows how
some-
to do cards.
Would my winning personality fit that role?
Not quite sure you're a fit for that. Sorry.
I'm bullshitting you, love.
I know.
He smirks at that. Oh, fine. I can't maybe do that, but I'll know some folk. And a few people stand up next to him and they kind of say, yeah, I can help. A mother comes up, father comes up, and their kids looking up to the two of them. And a few other people walk up and they say, yeah, we can help with, trying to do our best. And they're not dressed well, so you'd need someone to help with that.
I mean, uniforms are probably going to be required if we're going to upkeep a certain aesthetic appeal. So,
yeah, he essentially tells you that for the hard labor that Desmond mentioned, for the train tracks, whatnot, cleaning things out. Yeah, they've moved decently far down the train track. It just seems dirty, honestly. It's just full of plants and shit. Nothing too horrifying to their knowledge. Nothing too scary. They'll give it a shot.
and as for the rest of you, this is your choice, of course, but we do also need some assistance cleaning the train track. I'll send one of my men down a little later today to see if anyone wants to help with that.
A good portion of the people here were basically ignoring you. You were talking. They're just like, what's she want from us? When's she going to leave? And after this guy spoke up, you dragged more attention. And now your offer is maybe being taken a little more seriously. They're thinking about it. They give you a look of we've done this before. We just got used last time. We're not doing anything. So she actually pays us. Shit, it's money.
All right. So I will take the guys who volunteered for the locations.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and introduce them. And then I'm going to get with Desmond and Ogre. Well, okay, I'll get rid of the guys who are in charge of cleaning the track, as well as Desmond and Ogre, because we're probably going to need to house them until we can actually get them a house of their own, because we can't have them going back to sleep inside the station. And it'll probably be a token of good faith to give them housing while they're doing this work, like temporary housing. I'm sure we have space somewhere.
Yeah. So for the few folk that you can definitely give temporary housing to, you make it real clear that it is indeed temporary. But with the deal,
I'm also thinking if they volunteer to help with the train track specifically, then yeah, they're guaranteed housing, temporary housing.
Yeah, definitely. That perks up some ears.
Yeah, I figured it would.
It's not just bullshit of help us, then crawl back into your hovel, which they're probably way too used to hearing, and they're like, no, I'm good. We've been exploited before. I'm not down for that. But Desmond, you know that you'll be getting some money from Mr. Watt, a fair amount. It's all going to be used for this, and you guys were able to wrangle up some physical workers. There's a lot of workers here, but the problem is there's no one that wants work to be done, and they can do their best, because the thing is, moving around, obviously all of the houses are dilapidated, but you can tell that there's love where love should be put into. They look bad, but for what they have, they're still well constructed. Nothing's fallen over, and if it is, they did their absolute best to fix it. Some places have been abandoned.
Will what's his face's money pay for a fixer expert to cover all the really bad defects in the houses and stuff?
We're involving the foundation because they're already in Charhollow and they're architects.
Yeah, so
Okay. So
they
then
can
can we pay
probably-
them to do a little harder work?
I mean, they should
Effectively.
be getting paid effectively at this point.
Roland wants seeing this as an investment, of course, and also a token of good faith to you three. Y'all did help him, and from what
I'm
we've
assuming
seen,
Aaron is doing a very good job now.
Aaron's doing a good job. No one's stalking him.
Excellent. My buddy.
He's doing okay. He's set to graduate. Well, not graduate, but go to the next year. So graduate that year relatively soon.
If he needs to have a place to intern at,
Yeah, I make it clear that that we're available.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, buddy.
And getting all that set up, materials and people will definitely be provided. But knowing what you know, of course, we can take Foundation, we can take some of the workers that Roland wanted to hire, but we make sure to, of course, hire as many local folk as we possibly can, because they're the ones that need the work.
Yes.
And they, like I said, they already want to work together. They already want to do this thing. So just helping them, pushing them forward into this is precisely what we're looking for. And that's precisely what we're getting. So we got all that set up. Of course, this is going to be like a long-term project. It's all going on all at once. We're moving left, we're moving right, we're getting all the shit taken care of. While all that's happening, is there anything else you guys want to poke at? Anyone else you want to talk to?
We need to get more trains, or more carts rather. So I was thinking of making like a deal with the dock workers. Because as far as I know, they have a shitload of like unused trains there anyway.
There and the last place y'all went to. Where was it? Was it Coleridge? It was Coleridge, yeah. So Coleridge also has a lot of unused trains, and with the help of Ulf, we can see he's kind of doing stuff on the side for y'all. And they're not in the best condition, but
we can turn some of those into temporary housing as well. That's nice.
Oh yeah, until we actually need them.
Yeah.
So I was thinking of making like getting some of the carts from the docks as well, and then low-key, not yet entirely legally, offering their use of our train track that is already complete to help offload some of their produce, I guess. Usually they just send it over like their normal roads, right? All the Leviathan oil, stuff like that.
That will most definitely help. Yeah, that will most definitely help.
And then they'll become dependent on it. And then we can start charging them for it. Can obviously use some workers from Char Hollow to like help out with that as well. Because we currently don't have any actual trains, so we need to push the carts.
So looking at Char Hollow, let me pull y'all over real quick. Where would you like to put the station?
Yeah, I want it near the market so that it's easy access for anyone who wants to buy stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
90 degrees.
Like somewhere near the Bridge Road?
Yeah. What's the setup of the market? Is it like well organized or is it a huge mess?
Oh, it's definitely well organized. They've been doing this for a while.
Okay. In order to really help this place, if we can bring business here, then if the market is appealing to high-end train riders, then that would bring them a lot of business.
Yeah, so people come through here, but not enough. The place is well organized, well loved. A lot of haggling and fun shit going on, but they just realistically need more people to come through here. This is an economy that just kind of flows through itself. Same people selling same product, the same folk. Not many people want to come through here, so. While all this is happening, a lot of crews are seeing you guys move up in the world. Is there anything you guys wanted to do with the Lost?
You already know, absorb them. We like these guys.
We are actively like helping them, citizens at this point, and I'm sure the Lost want to help out with that. So I guess like Desmond might start dropping some hints that like, if you want to become part of our organization, we can help you out with that. We have more reach.
They'll also increase our reach too.
No pressure.
One of the rewards I'll give for this specific day, this mission, I'll increase their status with you guys to 2. And when it gets to 3, which could possibly be the next one, they will be, I'd say, more than willing to join y'all. Because seeing this play out, they probably want to see it, come to a head.
We've made more headway than they have, right?
Yeah, they're relatively small. They're only a tier 1 group. Given the offer, they definitely want to help. And some people from the Char Hollow actually recognize them.
Ah.
Yes, we can start employing them as station guards. We need those.
Yeah. We are going to want to keep the peace.
Obviously, especially considering we're apparently not at all using the blue coats for our business, which is going to be an issue with them.
Oh, absolutely not. Screw them.
That's the issue.
Oh, let's worry about that when we get there.
Like the blue coats, the moment we go public with this, they want their piece in the pie. They are going to make it an issue. It's only because we're doing it through legal means that they haven't jumped us yet, I believe.
Speaking of the Bluecoats, some information will come back to you, Desmond, that you requested.
Oh, great.
You were wondering why Tarvul is about to be released. Well, let's say their plans were accelerated. They've not come to fruition, but you learned that a portion of the gang of the Billhooks, they've been pressuring a certain magistrate to pardon Tarvul, to release them from Ironhook Prison.
So what happens if we kill this magistrate?
No.
That is a solution.
We are going to help the magistrate.
Oh, you mean offer him a better alternative?
Either we get rid of the Billhooks or we, bring this to light and have someone else deal with it. Well, one thing is for certain, upon hearing this news, Desmond has a very big smile on his face.
Billhooks are obviously they're spread, they're all over the place, but there is still a group that is dead set on pressuring this magistrate. That is the one thing they want to do.
Well, I guess we gotta stop them. All right, Desmond,
Do
what's
we
your
have time for
idea?
that now, actually, or?
I think everything we're doing today is kind of a long-term project. So yeah.
But
Yeah.
a bunch of small things, yeah. In terms of
do
time,
you know which magistrate it is?
with how desperate the billhooks are, I say you guys do know.
Yeah, they're probably not being quiet since they just
Yeah.
lost both their leaders.
Like there's a lot of shit going down right now. I don't think they have time to, hide themselves.
We need more stress, by the way.
I know.
I'm gonna have to lead you guys in a group role that all of us fail.
Yeah, exactly.
That, and you can push every single
So-
roll.
What's
So-
everyone bad at?
Wreck,
A
probably.
lot of things.
Yeah, a lot of things.
No, we're all bad at skirmish.
Oh, you have
I
points in
can actually
skirmish?
study.
Just go start a fight.
Yeah, just do a bar brawl or something.
Go to a fight club.
Let's go to Kellen's pub right here and find the guys that have been posting all those graffiti thingies with like no Scotlanders and beat them
No,
up.
oh, that's a good idea. We're destroying this place.
No, not the pub. There's people vandalizing the pub with messages like that.
That too. All right, we definitely need to find out who's writing those graffitis.
Trying to keep an eye out for douchebaggery.
Are we actually doing this?
Yes, let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay.
Ogre, is your gun ready?
I have no more bullets.
Oh, god damn it.
Hey, we don't kill them.
Yes, kill them. No scavs? Scavs go home? There's probably dirtier words on there too.
Do you want to piss off Daphne?
But
Just like break some legs.
that works for me.
Just teach them better. We
Use
By
didn't,
your
kill
breaking
you.
their
fists.
legs.
We didn't kill you because we're better than you.
If we're actually doing this, then we can probably head down to the pub and kind of just chill and wait for the maybe relatively obvious group. You guys heard rumors of someone kind of trying to fight with them, and it didn't go so well. Maybe the wrong persons tried to start a fight at the wrong time, and it started rumors, so they brought more people next time they decided to defile this fine establishment.
By the way, I want to doll myself up to make myself look extra pretty and extra Scotlander.
Are you, like, baiting to have them...
Yeah.
Are you just gonna, like, pop out of the shadows and just, like, die?
I think I want to bait. Considering
Gang
there's Scotlander refugees here, I want to make my face well known.
Is this gang like a crew that isn't actually a crew yet?
They're just a bunch of dudes, yeah. Just a bunch of idiots. Kind of hanging around this area, you see the group as rumored. It's approximately 5 individuals who've definitely had way too much to drink already. Their pregame is strong. They're walking around, they're kind of like, cursing, they're pushing each other, like, you guys probably talked to the owner of the establishment that there was something written here and it got like washed away, and they're looking at it like, they don't like our art, piece of shit, this'll show them. And one of the ones in the back pulls out a bag and they start digging through it to get something. There's approximately 5 dudes kind of sitting here, and they're not in front of Kellen's, they're like off to the side.
Boys, what you doing?
None of your business. Why?
If it's got anything to do with Kellens, it's my business.
We're here to get a drink, obviously.
If that were true, you would have walked straight in and not bothered rummaging around in your graffiti bag.
It's just a regular bag. We're trying to enjoy the architecture. What's it to you? Piss off.
I want you to stop.
I want you to go away.
Not happening.
Okay. Turn around, sweetie.
Damn it. Beavis.
I'm gonna pull out some knives.
Those are cute.
They look real cute in your crotch, too.
They all get each other like, what the shit?
I am smiling, by the way.
Okay. Desmond, Ogre, where are you two?
To be honest, I'm probably doing some stupid idea like sitting on the roof. I'm gonna jump on one of their heads or something.
Okay.
Yes, I like that.
Desmond was probably thinking of going like, well, let's just get this over with, and walks up and starts beating the shit out of them.
Oh, you just go for it?
Yeah, I mean, if they've gathered up anyway, might
Okay,
as
they're
well
not-
make a show of it.
They're not even looking at you. So
I'm
they're
gonna
not.
I'm just gonna stand behind them, basically, sneak up, and then just slam their heads together.
Okay, that's indeed how it starts. And we're doing this as a lead action, so we're all hopping in on this note.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I'm leading it.
So you're leading.
It's going to
Kim?
be skirmish, by the way.
As you see Desmond move into skirmish, what do you do, Kim?
I'm gonna toss some knives at the ones he's not going for.
Like, the
Okay, so-
downside is we are here to fill these roles, so we probably aren't going to get beat up ourselves. Unless we make just chaos out of it or something, but...
The skirmish is very much.
I'll just piss myself.
Yeah, we can just push ourselves and
Oh,
win
that's-
instead of getting beat up.
That's not what I heard. I heard piss myself. I was about to say, excuse me?
I was gonna say the same thing. What did you say? You're going to
I
piss
mean-
yourself? What?
Fight me,
I
pussy.
mean, if we're losing, maybe.
I'm about to say, if you're going to fight someone, you just pee your pants. They're not going to fight.
I was more so thinking like we can basically lose round 1 and then use finesse or something to finish it off. Can I milk this for experience as well and make it a
desperate roll?
Yeah, make it a desperate roll. Because we are literally putting ourselves in this situation.
You running in Desmond, it's going to be standard effect. It's actually going to start desperate because you're running into 5 dudes. 4. So it's actually going to start desperate. You can push yourself up to great effect, though, if you want.
It's a lead roll, right?
Yeah, correct. So you're right. They can't assist. Exactly. So you're leading. They're just following up. So Kim's going to run in and go to punch some bongos.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Ogre, you're jumping off this roof and doing what exactly?
End up on one of their shoulders and just start punching them in the head.
Okay. Kim, you're trying to run up and start slugging. Guess you gain nothing from Kim.
God damn it, Kim.
It doesn't matter what Ogre picked because he rolled a 3 and a 1. So that's 1 more stress for you, Desmond.
So as Ogre jumps down and breaks his leg and Desmond like slips and falls, Kim knuckles someone in the dick.
So for reference, if Kim failed this, literally nothing would have happened. All 3 of you would have failed. Fortunately, I'll say the slight complication is I'll just reduce the effect down back to standard because there are so many dudes. They're not expecting this. The 3 of you would just attack you. Right? Yeah, so you go ahead and mark experience.
Do all of us get to roll desperate?
That's a great question.
Just me.
You know what? Because they all helped, I'm going to say all 3 of you mark experience. That does make sense. Because if this had failed, you all would have suffered a desperate failure, which would have been really bad.
Yeah.
So, charging in as you do, Desmond, you're successfully able to bonk 2 heads, primarily because Kim charges in and just wallops some dude in his berries. As he bends over, you're able to grab him. The other one kind of shouts. You bonk their heads together. One of them's kind of moving back, and you see someone's going to grab a weapon, Ogre. You jump on his back and just start walloping on him, and you kind of pause whatever action he was going for. He doesn't get his weapon. We have like 3 dudes that are currently in the scuffle with you. A 4th one is going to attack you, and then the 5th one's still trying to pull something out of the bag. Primarily just shocked. You can tell all they want to do is hurt y'all now. It's brawl time.
I mean, we came here to stress ourselves out so I can do something dumb.
Yes, you can.
This is only slightly metagaming, by the way.
Is it effectually dumb?
It might kill someone.
I mean, I think killing 1 is probably all right.
I want to zap someone.
Go ahead, do it.
A light zapping.
I'm gonna zap someone. The dude that I'm like on top of, I'm just gonna like put my hands on his head and just zap his head.
It's like you're on a dude, so yeah.
I'm gonna assist him by like holding him down, I guess.
Okay.
Or holding someone down so he can't attack Ogre as he does this.
And I will also push myself for more stress.
Does Kim want to assist to get 1 stress as well?
No, I want to knee someone else in the groin.
Because your action is simpler, Kim, go ahead and roll that. You can do whatever you want now. Totally up to you. You knock the dude in his pins, and now your turn to hit somebody else.
I can roll finesse to kick someone in his groin?
You can do anything you want at this point. The same guy or a different guy?
Different guy.
Okay, we'll say the guy that's probably going for something, very clearly trying to hurt you guys. You meet him with a very quick, swift, right between his legs, and kind of goes like, oh! And as he's doing that, the guy that you nailed in his good bits, he just kind of wildly swings, and he's actually going to catch you on the chin for 1 harm of just kind of dazed.
Okay.
It's fine. You wanted to hit someone. It's fine.
I wanted to stab someone.
In broad daylight?
All right, fine.
In the area of town that we are literally trying to help?
Yes, we don't want to kill anyone. We're trying to help. I get it.
Yeah, you guys are helping out. It's a little sloppy, but you know we're de-stressing by gaining stress. It's weird. We gotta blow off some steam.
Desmond is like, Kim, I'm worried about you. You should see a therapist.
We've tasted blood.
It's been a while since I saw my boo. Okay.
Well, we're gonna see him today then.
The dude you hit in the crotch, he kind of keels over, and clearly out of the fight, he's probably going to roll away and attempt to get out of here. Ogre, you're on this dude. Desmond, we'll say you are you holding on to the guy that Ogre is on, or you're trying to pull somebody else away?
I mean, is he literally sitting on the guy?
Yeah, he's like monkey on his back.
I mean, I'm currently like holding 2 guys still.
To make sure they don't get to Ogre?
By their head. Yeah.
Definitely. So definitely roll a tune, and you can add 1 die from Desmond.
And then push myself for great effect.
And don't fail, please.
Yeah, so
and
great risky.
Or
great risky.
Desperate situation at this point.
Yeah, just great risky. Desmond's holding guys back, so you're on the dude already. So.
Oh hey,
he's not dead.
And with that, I'm only going to reduce the effect because this person, this specific individual, He will not return harm to you, Ogre, primarily because you do send just this just shock through him, and he just kind of as he's trying to get you off, and you can tell he was attempting to return said harm, but he doesn't have cool lightning powers, so he maybe like swings a couple times. It's just like surface damage, just nothing. He's punching you in the leg, trying to punch you in the arm. If anything, you're not sure if he's punching you or if his body's just shaking. After that, he kind of like seizes up a bit, and he begins to kind of fall over with you still on his back. Are you jumping off? Are you riding this down to the floor?
I mean, I think we're all done at this point, right?
I think we're done. Just
Okay.
like hop off and run away.
I'm gonna do another cross punch.
Okay. Desmond, what are you doing?
I will hold them still for her.
Okay.
Yes!
I'm basically gripping them by their head and slightly putting them off the ground.
Are you going to give her a die, or you're going to increase her effect?
What do you want?
I'll take the die. I don't actually want to, ruin anything if I'm being nice. No great
You know
effect. I think great effect is worse, right? Right?
I mean,
God?
great effect could be like, extra pain without a damage if
Yeah.
you want.
They don't have to die. Whatever happened in the fiction, so they don't just run out of HP and die. You're punching them.
All right. I'll
Yeah.
do great
I
effect
think
then.
great effect just means it happens exactly as you want to, right?
Yeah, great effect means you really do it, basically.
I will join her and punch the other dude in the same place.
All right.
Is that a lead?
Oh, yeah. I guess Kim would be
Yes.
leading. Yeah. Go ahead and roll finesse. Kim would be leading it then. The two of
I
you
have
will
a
wombo.
3 in finesse. It's fine.
Yeah.
Eh.
The two of you are going to wombo combo this. Okay, cool. That's indeed a partial. As you guys sort of begin swinging and just punching and just making a whole bunch of noise, various folk are definitely seeing this as this storyline maybe gone forward a little longer, and we're not sure if the wrong prying eyes have seen this.
We're making a statement, so.
We're making a statement, but we're also making a scene.
Before Desmond goes away, he literally gonna loudly proclaim, "Stop treating the Scotlanders badly."
Various people have actually popped out to like watch you guys, and some folk are like, "Oh shit!" Like they're like cheering you on. They're like, they're smashing their drinks together and celebrating, and they're having a good old time. The owner isn't necessarily watching, but there are some folk watching from the shadows. The complication I'm going to add is just one heat
Oh, that's fine.
from this being loud.
And
So-
then we just walk away.
All these dudes knocked out. Kim and Ogre, if you guys want to like narrate your combo finisher on these two dudes.
I guess I'm just gonna swing, and Ogre's gonna follow up with the other one?
Synchronized crane kick like in
Yes.
Karate Kid.
Just do like
Nuts.
just do like a little like spin kick right into their nuts.
And
Perfectly in sync.
Yes, that sounds good. I like that.
As they're being held up by the neck by Desmond.
oh god. All right, and as the two of your blows connect, that wonderful carnival sound of making the bell go up plays. Ding ding! Both dudes just kind of wind as they're holding onto them, Desmond, and they're just kind of, their whole body just kind of contracts and you sort of just drop them to the ground, and you realize only 3 are left. The other 2 have either rolled away or already run away, and they don't even attempt to threaten you guys or anything. They just kind of like, shit. One of them definitely puked 100%. You gotta, you really got him in there.
For a second there, you scared me because bell also means we killed someone.
Yeah, you
Oh.
did. You scared me for a second too.
Sorry, no. Yeah, like I said, if your intent is to kill them, they would die, but they did not die. The 5 of them end up half crawling, half rolling away in really, really sad pain. And there are various cheers and such, and people kind of have a good laugh at this as they meander on back into the pub.
All right, don't come back. We will be so nice next time.
Someone pats you on the shoulder and says, thanks for that. Last time we tried throwing down with them, sons of bitches drew a knife.
Oh, that's all right. If they ever bother you again, just let me know.
And he holds his hand up, and there's a very clear bloody slit through his palm. He says, he stabbed me in the hand.
Ouch.
It hurt like a bitch.
I bet it did. Assholes.
I need more alcohol. He turns around and goes over another drink.
Do that.
Alrighty, and with that, we've meted, but it was funny, so it's okay. Kim has to keep her status up.
I do, yes, I have to. I'm required.
Keep the fear of God present at all times.
So, has my beau approached me about this yet? Because I'm sure word's starting to get around.
I have a feeling we joked about this a little while ago. I could be wrong.
Maybe he thought I wasn't very serious about it last time.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I feel like we joked about this at one point.
I think we did.
Like, I'm pretty
It
sure
wasn't so
there is-
serious back then, though.
I'm
He knows
pretty
he's
sure,
safe.
like, there is something going around, but he doesn't know that it's Kim specifically. Unless
That's
she
fair.
told him, not sure.
I probably have told him, honestly.
You keep coming back every other week. Stab this guy in the dick.
He cried like a baby. It was great.
He's getting slightly worried at you at this point, but
I mean, he knows I've been through shit, so it's okay.
Are there any little things we want to tie up before we go to end of session payout?
Are we gonna nag some trains in the docks or no? Or did we already do that?
That's something that will
potentially as a long-term project.
Yeah, that's something we'll have to poke, definitely.
Okay, then no, I think we're done. I don't suppose there's anything we can do that'll get Orlon a bit more on our side, is there? I'm real triggered that my adopted...
He has literally been indoctrinated at this point, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm triggered that my to-be-adopted son is not here.
It's a little sloppy, so if you and Ogre want to think of something next week, yeah.
Like, if we end up making friends with the history professor, that I literally can't remember the name of.
Zamira,
yeah. She might be able to do something to help out with that.
Since she could tell us more.
Yeah, I mean, she is a quote-unquote leading figure within the Sylvan Hills, right?
She's one of you. She seems important. Weren't you gathered? So we'll go ahead and head back to our location. Like I mentioned from last time, you guys are indeed at war with the Billhooks. So last time you still guys got all of your downtimes. We're still at war with them, meaning we only have naturally one downtime activity each. We'll go to general payout. Y'all have done quite a bit, so we'll get the 2, which is going to bring us up to a stronghold, and then back to 0. Because y'all have done so much, I'll add 1 more, because you guys didn't necessarily fight people above your tier, but y'all did a lot, just in general. Especially at the end there, you definitely let yourselves be known.
That is the goal of what we did today, yes. I'm
only going to add 1 heat. It was contained standard exposure, but it was like extra contained. Like it was as contained as you could possibly be. So
it was just a bar brawl.
Yeah, I'll just add the 1 there. And then for the entanglement, we got gang trouble and questioning. One of your folk causes trouble due to a flaw. You can choose to lose face, which is rep. We don't want to do that, obviously. Make an example of one of your gang members, or face reprisals from the wronged party. The other one is the blue coats are going to nab somebody. Basically make a fortune roll. See how much they talk. So if you roll 1 to 3, you gain 2 heat. If you gain 4 to 5, you gain 1 heat. If you roll a 6, you gain no heat. Or you tell them to piss off and give them 2 coin.
Like, it would kind of make sense if one of our spying cohorts was caught.
That makes a ton of sense, yes. For normal people, you only roll 2 die, but because these guys are good, I'm going to roll 3 die.
Yeah, I mean, they are elite cohorts as well.
Exactly, they're elite cohorts. So because they're so good at their job, I'm going to give them 3 die. Hopefully we get a 6, let's say.
That's, you got 2 6s, love.
I got 2 6s. Okay, that means you guys
they got caught, but they were able to bullshit their way out.
They bullshit their ways out, like, perfectly.
Actually, does this mean that not only they bullshit, but they set up someone to take the fall, someone else to take the fall?
Yes.
Yes! Who did they throw into the bus? Please tell me, God, please.
What would you like to decide?
It was one of the brawlers outside of the pub.
No, that's a little too mean.
Yeah, sure. How about
can it be someone in the silver nails?
We could also make it someone that is currently extorting the magister.
Oh, yes.
Oh, good idea. Yes.
Okay, this will create some complications, but yeah, they're going to look into this. This is somewhat of a unknown issue, if you kind of catch my drift. They know what's happening, but we spread some rumors that kind of perked their ears up a little bit more, and maybe they need to look into this sooner rather than later. So that'll help you guys next time if you choose to poke at that particular bear.
Man, you know, I thought I was done updating my notes, but now I got to update again. Thanks, God.
You're welcome. All right, now we're on downtime, and we did discuss that we're going to be de-stressing, so who would like to begin that?
We're going to have to use all of our downtime for this, by the way.
Indeed.
I have to go in like 2 seconds. So
okay.
I'll do it first.
Do mine real quick. De-stress.
All right, you can do up to 5.
Let's see, so I'm reducing this by 3.
And then Kim and Desmond, make sure you add your 2 coin to your stash. Getting eggs, getting scavenging. Alrighty, and then Kim, are you de-stressing with Desmond?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, bringing your bow away.
I'm gonna make it extra fun. I'm also bringing a date, quote unquote.
Ooh, very nice.
Ooh, I think this is a dinner play kind of date.
I mean, I'm not bringing a date. I'm bringing Jeremy.
It's still a date. That works. I haven't seen Jeremy in a while.
Yeah, so he's probably gonna raise his eyebrow when he sees you.
All right, so you can nuke all
Nice.
your stress if you want.
Cool.
I am stressless, and Ogre is
Hey.
stressless, and Kim is
I'm also
stressless.
stressless.
Beautiful.
That's been a while since we've
All
seen
right.
this.
If you want to pay, you can definitely finish your train permit. That's all up to you.
We have money in the
9.
Yeah.
triad vault. Yeah, I'll pay with one of those. You said I needed a 6 to clear out the train permit?
You need a 6. That's 3 pips, yeah. All right, so upon talking with Mr. Roland Watt Kim, you guys are able to receive your 100% legitimately official train permit.
I'm gonna take another gold and do, I don't know, a long-term project, I guess. It is literally just a +1 on our gathering info rolls. Basically, we get people working from us, which we, to a degree, did with our reputation gathering in this area town.
Oh, you want the turf informants?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we can definitely say that could be a long-term project, yeah. I'm going to make it a 6 and make it 2 tiers. So it's maybe 12 total.
I'm going to push myself with that as well.
Okay, so that's a success. Not extreme effect, but yeah, great effect.
I'll make it informant turf 1 of 2 then, so we don't forget.
Okay, so that's all situated. Ogre has his experience. Let's give experience to the crew. Did we execute espionage, sabotage, or theft? I don't think so. Well, no.
Well,
our
our cohorts
people
did.
did espionage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Content with challenges above our current station? No, but
No.
we are just kind of doing things. Did you bolster your reputation? Yes.
Definitely.
Did you express your goals, drives, etc., etc., etc.?
Yeah.
I would say 2 times that one, yeah. So that should be 4 total.
Yeah, we definitely expressed our drives.
100%. And then for general experience for you, Desmond, did we just a challenge with calculation or conspiracy?
Not so much conspiracy, but definitely calculation.
Definitely. Did you express your beliefs?
Yes.
Okay. And did you struggle with being paranoid, haunted, or the need to consume?
Like, I want to say I sent those guys from the Deathland Scavengers with Kim because I don't trust her going alone.
Fair enough. Go ahead and add 4 experience then.
I'm very grateful that you did that. They were very useful.
Helped a lot. Now for
Do I
you,
want these?
Miss Possible. Deception or influence?
Yeah, no deception, but definitely influence.
Yeah, you talk to people underground. That's quite literally using your influence. Beliefs, etc.
Yeah.
I'd say 2 on that. Yeah, you like double down on your heritage and all that extra
Yeah.
nonsense. And did you struggle from being reckless?
Well, she almost wanted to stab one on someone in the middle of the
Yes.
street.
Okay. So she 4 plus 1. That's actually 5 then.
Actually, I can still deheat. It's worth it because it only costs me 1 gold and we can potentially get more back.
Sure.
That's all
Alright.
of our heat gone.
Goodbye, heat.
I've been rolling a lot of crystals lately.
Yeah, no kidding.
You know what? Because you critically succeeded, I'm going to roll again and take the highest result. 2 more dice. Go. All right. Got us 1 more. Cool. So that is 4 coin. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Alrighty. Everyone has their experience. We've gained new things. We're stronger, smarter, better, faster. And with that, closer and closer we are. We can plan for whatever we do next week. We shall pause, hopefully deal with the many issues of the bill hooks and all the other problems, our new turf that we're gaining, and increasing the general wealth of Char Hollow. Sounds fun.